Yo, what's good? What is bracking with you? It is your boy, the DJC, aka the Don Juan Carlos, and we're here for Valorant Patch Notes 1.0. The patch notes just got announced for, I think it just got posted a couple hours ago, or for me, a couple hours ago, but they should have been live in OCE, Japan, and all those areas a while ago. The new patch notes for Valorant are live. This is patch 1.0, and we got a lot of stuff, a lot of changes happening. So I'm just gonna sit down, read through this while we're here. So sit back, enjoy, relax, turn on the podcast. We're gonna be out here doing what it do. All right, so let's get started. Valorant Patch Notes 1.0. All right, if you're reading this, it's too late. What's new? Reyna's the latest agent to join Valorant, straight from the heart of Mexico. Ascent, an open playground for small wars of position and attrition, enters the map pool. Spike Rush Beta also arrives to deliver a fresh and more hectic flavor of Valorant. Sage, Omen, Phoenix, Raze, and Jet all receive a decent share of buffs and nerfs, respectively, to get them ready for launch. This patch also targeted the frame rate drops some of you were getting during combat. The devil is in the details, but not but know that getting performance where we want for all players is an ongoing process we will hope to nail down in the next few patches. Improvements on hit reg and the rework of split mid checkpoint joins a healthy list of fixes and updates below. Good game, mad patch notes. All right, and here we got the little uh I changed this a little bit so you're not going to see the full gist of this, but you can kind of understand. Phoenix is being up. We got updates to Phoenix, Jet, Sage, Raze, and Omen. We got the new hit reg improvement. Viper can't ride Viper's toxic screen Sonic Wave anymore. And new we got Reyna, Ascent, and Spike Rush. All right, let's just get out of that and jump right back into it. All right, so gameplay and balance, agent updates. Sage. So we have healing orb increase from 35 to 45. We like how much Sage is able to heal in a single heal, but we felt that she was able to use it too frequently during a round. Now, this is a good nerf, right? If you don't know about this playtech, there's something called aggro Sage, and aggro Sage is basically where you put your top fragger on Sage so that they can top frag even harder. Because Sage has the ability to go up in gunfights, win them, and then not be at the disadvantage of being at low HP or taking some chip damage off, and she can just heal herself back up and continuously keep fighting. Which there's like 90 seconds in a round. She can heal twice. From 35, she can heal twice. First 35, and then the second time at 70 seconds in the round if you use it immediately, of course. But you, as long as 70 seconds hasn't passed in the round itself, any Sage can literally heal twice. Now, second change we got here is the barrier orb. So the barrier orb segment health has been reduced from 1,000 to 800, and they also reduced the duration from 40 seconds to 30 seconds. Now, we all know that the barrier wall literally is like, it just lasts forever. And it's now that they reduced the duration of it, you if a Sage walls you off from, like, let's say C long in Haven, you're not just like, oh well, we gotta go somewhere else. You can either break the wall and push, or you can set up some baits like maybe down mid or something, and then you can reposition or rotate back to C long because the wall is not going to last as long. So instead of taking it more than a third of the round, like 10 seconds over the third of the round, it'll only take 30 seconds, which is one third of any round, and you'll be pretty much good to go. So let's see what the developers have said about this. Now, previous changes to Sage's barriers help give it more counterplay options in pistol in early rounds, but is also still having too much impact on any given round. Our hope is that this wall stays powerful stalling tool, but as you think about more about when we hope that this wall stays a powerful stalling tool, but asks you to think more about when to place it during a round. Yeah, so basically the changes. So Raze, her blast pack, which is her ability to, that's her ability to explode things. That is not her grenade, but it allows her to get on top of little bits of allows her to get on top of like different pieces of architecture during the map. So that's actually getting a damage reduction to one, or damage radius reduction, I should say, not a damage reduction, to from 2 meters to 1 meters. So enemy players won't be damaged as much, but that's also good on the offense. Now, if you're running, if you have like Raze on your team and she uses the blast pack to like boost her way onto, if we're playing split, she boosts herself onto ramps and ramps on A side. There's a less of a chance that you get damage from the blast pack, as well as there's less of a chance for her to take out your friendly utility, like let's say a Cypher Cage or like a Sova drone. There's less of a chance of that happening, which is a good buff. Like, it's a nerf, but it's also a buff towards your team. So good change. A plus change. I like that change. Now, the only thing else we got next we have is Jet. Now Jet is actually getting her smoke increased from 4 to 7. In the beta, says Cypher. I'm thinking the next change is what we'll talk about, Cypher. So in the beta, Jet is the least. Jet smoke is the one that lasts the least. I think that's the way I want to phrase it. It lasts the least at 4 seconds and is being up to 7 seconds, which is going to put it in line with closer to. I think it's going to be put it in line closer to Omen, but Brimstone and Viper probably still have the longest lasting smokes in the game right now. But let's see what the devs have to say about that. We feel like Jet has a strong, irreplaceable value in terms of the ability to deny trades. But we think that her team-oriented output is a little too low. This should give her a little bit. This should give her and her team a little more time to work off her smokes. So yeah, like I was just saying, the smokes last so long, so now you're guaranteed to smoke off areas for a good while. Now that it got increased by 3 seconds, and it'll actually really be noticeable. The next change, which is heartbreaking for me as a Cypher player, as a Cypher main, Tailwind automatically breaks Cypher's tripwires after briefly being revealed. So if you don't know normally how it works, in the beta, the Cypher traps used to counter the Tailwind's outright. You would hit the Cypher trap, go the full distance of the Tailwind, and then get launched back. And a lot of times you wouldn't be able to react in order to take them out, and you're a sitting duck there. Which, don't mind me, I enjoyed that. Cypher players, we love traps, but hey, it's getting nerfed, so you'll still get revealed, but you won't get stunned or anything, and it automatically breaks the trap. So hey, lo and behold, here we go. So that's buff to Jet, nerf to Cypher. So the last, actually no, it's not. We still got one more. So here's another agent change, right? We got Phoenix being changed. Now the last 3 changes were pretty simple, and this Phoenix change is sick. All right, I don't play Phoenix, but I'm gonna tell you how it goes down. Right. So first, Blaze is being increased to 6 to 8 seconds. I've done what Blaze is. Blaze is his ability to throw down the little pool of fire right down on the ground, and normally it heals him. Now, Blaze's damage is getting it's actually being changed. So instead of doing 15 damage every 0.25 seconds, it's actually doing 1 damage every 0.33 seconds. Now, I did the math on this one, and I checked it with some homies to make sure that this math is correct, and as of right now, it looks pretty correct. So with no armor, the Blaze actually kills any agent in 3.3 seconds. With light armor, it kills in 4.125 seconds. And with heavy armor, it kills in 4.95 seconds. So if you round it down a little bit, no armor takes about 3 seconds. Light armor takes about 4. And then if you have heavy armor, it takes about 5. Again, no one is really going to be sitting in the Blaze that long. However, if you can corner somebody off and get them real low and chuck the blaze on them, they're pretty much taking like a lot of damage. It's closer to the changes that they made to Brimstone and Viper's Toxins, where it takes you down faster in order to so that you can't just like b hop the damage in order to like avoid most of it, which it's a pretty good change. They also decreased the healing from it, so it used to do 3.2 3 every 0.25 seconds, but it now heals for 1 every 0.16, meaning that if you are sitting in the blaze for the full duration of it, you only heal 50%, right? You will only heal 50 health. That also, so it basically how it runs down. You have to be more careful about taking gunfights. Like, of course, you do want to take the gunfights. You do want to win. It's very powerful. For and it's part of Phoenix's kit to win gunfights, but you won't be able to just heal to full. Almost if you get dropped down to about 10 HP, 10 or lower. So, and of course, you still need to get 2 more kills in order to get your blaze back already. So, and hot hands, which is the wall, the healing goes down. Actually, I want to say the healing goes down. The healing gets changed. Now, again, I don't play Phoenix that much, so I don't know how long it normally lasts. But the hot hands heals you for it heals you for 1 every 0.8 seconds, and it would take about 8 seconds to heal you to full. So, and then we have curveball, which they increase the flash duration by 0.3, which I'm pretty sure that's closer to Breach. Breach probably still has the strongest flash in the game, lasts the longest. And the last change that we have for Phoenix is Run It Back. Now, Run It Back automatically reloads your weapons on respawn. So you use your ultimate, you peek around the corner, you shoot, you run out of bullets, you come back, and you come back with fully reloaded weapons. Now people can't just like straight up rush you, and if you didn't manage your ammo correctly, if you didn't manage your ammo correctly, you won't straight up just die. So you have a chance to fight back if people find your location where you casted your super. Now, Omen is probably one of the more interesting changes that we have right now. Out of all the changes, Phoenix really got he got a good buff. He doesn't get as much healing as he did before it, but he has to use his wall in order to heal as much as he wanted to before. But Omen definitely has gotten a pretty significant buff. So if we run this, let's talk about it. So first of all, Paranoia. Paranoia is now equipped instead of hit casting, and the hit detection is improved. Now, if you don't know what quick casting is, if you've never played mobiles before, quick casting basically you hold the ability down until you fire it. Now, a lot of times quick casting, not a lot of times, quick casting in general is the slowest casting out of all the 3 types. You have normal casting where you wait, you click the button once, you see the targeter, and then you left click to fire it. And then you have instacast where you just cast it immediately without the targeter, and as you practice and learn the different ranges, it just comes out immediately. Quick casting, you can see the targeter still, but you still have to let go of the mouse or let go of the ability in order to have the ability to fire. So now that it's equipped, you can just fire it immediately. They also made a change where they're making Paranoia, which I'm pretty sure Paranoia is the blind, makes it more aggressive. Now, enemies will receive a warning that the projectile is being fired. Let's just read it right from this before I mess this up. So it changed the cast paradigm to reward more proactive use of Paranoia over its previous reactive use case. Enemies will receive a warning when the projectile is fired rather than being in the direct path of it. So, like I was going to say, you'll get a warning that is fired, but you do not know where it's being fired from. So Omen has the advantage. He's going to be even sneakier boy. Now, he can just launch it. You don't know where it's coming from, and then you can still, all you know is that it is coming. Now, dark cover, which is the smoke. Dark cover got a major change. Now, If we read Dark Cover, Omen now enters Phaser World, where he can see through walls to place his smokes and press the reload. Pressing the reload toggles phasing and the normal targeting. We wanted to provide Omen with more precise ways to place his smokes, especially when there's vertical play. We provided a toggle back to the old view mode as well to make sure we support the quick and close range smoke playstyle many Omen players have honed. So yeah, you can now see with this change here, you can now see wherever your smoke is going. You can see through walls. I doubt you can see any players through walls, but you can just see where the smoke is going, and then you can toggle it back and forth to basically look at like where it's gonna land, where you want to go, and like what's like in front of you. So not only that, we got another change for dark cover. So dark cover controls have been updated. Now Omen can increase the range with the primary fire, which is the left click, and he can decrease the range with the secondary fire, which is the right click, and then throw the smoke by hitting the ability key again. So this basically, so I have a mouse, right? I have a mouse with 4 buttons on it. If I had put the dark cover on for it to launch or to start booting up the ability on my third mouse button, I would click that, basically use the left click to charge it up as much as I want to, as far as I want it to go. If I think it's a little bit over, I can press the right button, of course. At the same time, you're in the overworld, so you can toggle between it. And I can click the right click button in order to decrease the range, and then hit my third mouse button again to just straight up fire the ability. So they made this character a lot more technical when it comes to the smoking off of stuff, but in the end, it makes him a lot better. Like there's a lot of different intricacies to it, but it makes it a lot easier to use once you start to master the different ranges, different areas, and it is straight up pretty PogChamp. Now, next step, we got the Shrouded step. Omen can now see his teleport location on the map and receives an in-world indicator to where he is targeting when his vision is obscured. So now, if you do the strat where you smoke right in front of you, then you teleport to a different area, you can now see where you're being teleported to, as well as being able to see on the map where you're teleporting to. And last but not least, for Omen, he can now cancel his teleport while in shade form by pressing the ult key again, the ability key again. So you can charge up your ult, you can teleport anywhere on the map, land somewhere, you turn into a shadow, got a couple seconds to see what's around you, and then if you want, you have the ability to just straight up cancel it. Now, what that's gonna do for at least for lower end players, people aren't gonna be checking for spawn anymore because that's done. No one's teleporting spawn on Omen again. But you have the benefit of doubt, which it'll eat your ult, but the confusion factor of it is what makes this ultimate very valuable. So, great changes for buffs, great changes for Omen. These are a lot of great, amazing buffs, and they're really going to. So, Omen, as of right now, is probably going to make it less frustrating for your teammates to play this character rather than the enemy. So if you're an Omen main, have fun out there because these changes are pretty PogChamp. Last but not least, we got the sound visualizer, attention to detail. So we brought in more sounds made by agents under the category of sounds that display their audio distance on the minimap via the white circle. This includes the ability sounds, reloads, spike interactions, and more. Why I wanted to provide players with the ability to understand when their noise can be heard by enemies and give them an idea of how far that sound is heard. That's great. The game is launched now. It's free to play, and a lot of new players might not understand how they're being heard or like how they're being found. So just having the circle to just tell you every time you make a sound how far it goes makes a lot of sense for new players and old players, because you never know if you're sitting behind a corner and reloading how far the reload sound actually goes. So for map updates, we got the new map Ascent, which is not being featured here, and neither is the new character Reyna, which I really want to dig into. We'll probably put another video up tomorrow going in depth about Reyna. So here we go, map updates. Ascent. Ascent is a map set in Italy. It features a large open middle area that both teams can skirmish over. Mid is a playground for diversibility and successful controlling Successfully controlling the area opens additional routes for attackers to both spike sites. Our new map launch Ascent will be slightly more common in our matchmaking rotation for the first few days, so that you can get more opportunities to play with it. Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God! Wonderful! I love that change. I love it. I love playing the new maps. And last but not least, we got a split rework. So we get reconstructed the mid choke point. So we felt like defenders were able to effectively plug in the main choke point in the mid for a large percentage of the round. The new layout hopes to alleviate this issue. These changes open up the space quality a bit and provides the additional path to get around stalling abilities onto stairs, and also give attackers a few different angles to help siege B towers and vents. So I'm not sure how this is going to look on this. So if we do this, we can kind of, well, you can kind of see it here. I know it looks kind of off, but you can see it here, right? So you have this big old platform here on the left side. I wish I could draw on this, but I can't. And the change being made is this giant left box is no longer here. There's still the lip here. That's right by the boxes that normally Jets get onto, or Sages can get onto, or Razes can get onto, or Omens. They can also get onto that. And is replaced by a smaller box on the left side. You can't really see it, but there is a smaller box being put over there. Which is really good. Like, I like opening it more up so that you're not just kind of... If a lot of times you'll push split mid, and then you'll get stuck in split mid, and then if the spike gets stuck down there, you can't really do anything about it because there's a lot of defensive control there. And then a lot of other times, people can hide behind the pillar or the giant pillar wall that's on the old version here. You can hide behind that, and you're pretty much are impenetrable unless somebody directly run up the stairs. But if somebody's watching it from top, they can deny any push up the stairs, so you're pretty much safe. So that's a good change. Making maps less defender sided is always a good change. Of course, there will always be maps that are less defender sided, but making changes that makes it a making the changes so that there's more of a chance for you to actually be able to win or do something, so there's more counters to it, actually makes the game a lot better. So not only that, we got train station maintenance crew was able to replace the burned out speaker system, and a certain frog head is now a little warmer. Can we see that? Wow, he got the sunlight, haha. Versus what did it look like before? Did he have the sunlight before? Oh, he didn't have the sunlight before. It still looks kind of the same. We'll figure it out once we get in the map. Haha. But that's the last thing that we got. Well, we got last two things. So, Heaven Bind, Split, and Ascend expand our new system that combats map exploits. This will eradicate anyone trying to escape the play space. Continue to fix level collision in order to enhance smoothness of gameplay. Complete draw call optimizations. Also continue to block spots for ciphers. Spy can to prevent counterplay. As always. Huge thanks to everyone for helping us find these. Then we got competitive mode update. So competitive mode will not be on launch. Similar to our closed beta launch, our initial focus is to making sure that our service is stable before activating competitive matchmaking. And there's also a way to give new players the same courtesy that was closed beta players. There's also a way to give new players the same courtesy that closed beta players had to learn the game ahead of turning on competitive. We also make some adjustments to competitive based on remaining closed beta player feedback. Our plan is to turn competitive a new patch, turn all competitive a few patches into our launch. Performance updates, combat, address multiple cases where frame rate dips in combat. These improvements should help the game feel smoother, especially in combat situations under higher NPCs. FPS plus for mid, high specs, good. FPS plus for low and mid specs, good. Quality of life changes. Now, I haven't actually read through all these quality of life changes, so we're going to quickly run through this, and I think that's pretty much it. Because we got bug fixes, yeah, we all know about Silver's arrows, because sometimes we don't really need to know about all the bug fixes. The last thing So, like I said, we're just gonna run through quality of life right quick. So, quality of life: dying to non-player will no longer grant ultimate points. This includes dying to spike, fall damage, a teammate's ability, or your own ability. This should eliminate some of the weird optimizations found around farming ultimate points when a death doesn't have enough economic impact, i.e., self-killing at the end of the pistol round or a team kill at the start of a save round. We'll continue to monitor to see if we can further dissuade these save round self kills. Added Valorant community code pop up from the players. Added a chat and voice restrictions for repeat offenders of our community code. Chat and voice restrictions last 72 hours. Oh, thank God. Shouts out. Let's go. Getting a restriction will require you to log out. Please take a moment to cool down and reflect before logging back into Valorant. Smiley face. Chat restrictions will be enforced for all and team chat, but your party chat is still available. Voice restrictions will be enforced for team chat, but your party chat voice will still be available. Reporting categories updated to cover a wider range of community code violations. Transition screens have been added before character selection and in-game. Button to upgrade gun skin now indicates what type of improvement, variant, animation, etc. will grant by upgrade. Visual updates to collection and contract pages. Adjusted ping calculation to be more accurate. Adjusted settings to disable the spectator count widget on the HUD. Updated death camera to avoid obscuring the screen immediately after death. Added a build version watermark. Oh, thank God, that's good to know. Observer updates. That's actually good for content. Like if you ever want to know what build somebody's playing on so far. Like let's say somebody's playing in Pro League, which there shouldn't be a Pro League yet. I have to look into that. We will check that out. We got the watermark to do that. Observer updates, added team specific first person pencil highlighting for observers, adjusted consistent coloring for attackers, defenders, and HUD. Attackers and defenders do not swap HUD on swap side rounds. Keybinds are that's actually good, so you can keep track on who what teams what. Keybinds are consistent from round to round for swapping between players. Fix a scoreboard not showing the correct score. Fix a freeze sound that would trigger when waiting for a player to reconnect at the start of the buy phrase and updated shop icons. Yeah. Added VX abilities for kill feed, ceremonials, e.g. ace and clutch. Updated spike visuals and inventory. Added armor icons in the shop. Updated character portraits. Added chat message regulations so that only one chat message is sent when multiple of the same or VO command are used in rapid succession. That's pretty much it. So that's the whole patch notes for Valorant patch 1.0. I'm excited to get back into the game. 5 days has been enough. I've been playing a lot of Payday and streaming, so we'll be back with more Valorant content. You know, I gotta hold it down for you, homies. And we are going to do what it do. So if you enjoyed the video and you made it to the very end, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch all you guys later. Deuces.